Beep. What is up, guys? My name is Sam World and I make sound design and music production videos for dance music here on YouTube, and I also make sound banks for a living. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to show you guys a sound bank I just finished up last night for you guys called Dirty Chicken Volume 3. And this sound bank is going to contain a total of 245 Sylenth1 presets in the style of the Dirtybird label. Now again, when I make these sound banks, guys, I want to make sure that the people supporting these packs can actually get the most use out of every single patch. So the way I make these sound banks is pretty simple. I'll go on Spotify and check out some of the latest releases as well as compilations that Dirtybird has done in the previous years and the current one as well. And then from there, I'll go on YouTube and check out some live sets. And as I'm hearing the music and the live sets, whenever there's a sound I enjoy and like, I'll hear it and see if I can emulate it. Now, of course, I'm not going to get super exact, but the cool thing about that is the fact that you get a sound that still has that same vibe that certain artists are using in their tracks that are signed to the Dirtybird label. And at the same time, you're going to be able to use them knowing that they're not going to sound exactly the same. But with that being said, guys, we're going to be checking out the presets in today's video, as well as the construction kits a fellow producer friend of mine named Semenga made for us. And with that being said, if you want to support this pack, you're going to be able to find it over at evilsounds.com by the time this video is out. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for the support. For those of you guys that support the sound banks, and let's get straight into this. So the first thing here we're going to have, guys, are the acid sounds. And this is a last minute addition because as I was listening to Dirtybird music, I didn't really hear that much acid. But these are going to be some of the patches we're going to check out. The first one is called Is It Dot. Now, some of these are going to be routed with module modulation. So for instance, this one is routed to the cutoff. And whenever you have acid sounds, I always feel like, you know, it's always crucial that you modulate your cutoff, as this is what's going to make this acid sound come to life. The other cool thing I really like about the Sylenth1 UI is the ARP. The ARP is insane in this thing, and I feel like a lot of people sleep on it. For instance, with these kind of acid sounds, you can turn on the ARP, set up a step velocity. Let's wrap it to around maybe, we'll do 16 F it. And then from there, let's maybe program something like here 12, and then we'll go like maybe 13. And then let's do like 1, and then let's add like maybe these things so that it glides, turn up the mono legato and see how that sounds like. You got to play with that mod. So here we go. Okay, so again, make sure to modulate that if you're using these patches. Don't just use the patch lot. And there we're going to have the next acid sound called microdosing. Probably my favorite one called square low. Let's program a modulation on this one. I know this one can sound really deadly when used right, so let's do maybe here like a 12 again. Oh man, and then okay, so the module on this one, as you can see, it's routed to LFO1 gain, which is going to turn this up to an LFO that's set to free. So that means if I have this up and I keep playing notes, notice how it's always constantly changing, creating a lively acid sound, which you can't find in another pack. I'm just kidding. No, but this is how we wanted to create these acid sounds here. From there, we're going to have the additive section, guys. Now, the additive section, you're going to require a bass line. And the idea of these is going to be to just accentuate your current beat or bass lines that are not going to be the main bass, but are just there to accentuate. So for instance, here we have one called bass phase. For instance, the way I would use this is number 1, since Sylenth doesn't have a really good EQ section, we couldn't really program this for you. But from here, I'm just going to use an EQ. You guys can't see it, but it's right there. Okay, so I would still consider that a bass, but again, it's there to kind of provide additiveness, ear candy for say. For instance, here we have another one. Okay, from there we got BP. Okay, additive. Okay, so the standard Dirtybird sound you're going to hear a lot here. So again, the modules are going to provide really cool kind of variations to a lot of the sounds, by the way. And this is what's going to make the sounds come to life. So make sure you don't sleep on it. So for instance, if I had this track and I want to create some additiveness to it. Okay, so really cool stuff there. So from there, let's move on to the ARPs. So the ARPs are going to contain like some melodic ideas, but also some sort of like rhythmic stuff. So for instance, this one's going to be Chromatic Arnold, which is just, in the Dirtybird label, there's a lot of ARPs that occur where they're not really following a scale. So we would call that chromatic, where you're allowed to play any note you want. Okay, so that's the idea of that. Creepy Crenshaw, Creepy Night. Again, some of these could be the main motifs for certain tracks. Okay, really cool. From there, Arp Fuck. Okay, really cool. All right, this one's like, I think it's a Fargon inspired one. There's this artist on Dirtybird called Fargon that makes this really sort of like post-apocalyptic stuff, so. Okay, this one's really cool, but it needs the right drums to actually work decently, okay? So from there, those are some. So those are some of the ARPs in the pack, guys. I think we went through most of them. There's still a couple more. I'll show you guys one last one. Okay, so hopefully those kind of give you ideas on how to make music and you don't sleep on them before someone else uses them for their own track. But those are going to be some of the ones we did. Now, for the bass section, guys, I believe we're going to have a bunch of basses from 38 all the way to 74. And then we're going to have another section of bass lines called knocks. Okay, so the basses, what we're going to do is we're going to play them as we hear, again, just this beat. So you get an idea of how they're going to work. Let's take off this EQ8. I do have a sidechain occurring. And from there, we're going to start with the first one called Acido Top. Now, again, some of these basses are going to have module modulations for you guys to mess around with. So let's try this one. So with this one, I'll probably do something like, let's go A maybe. Okay, so that's going to be Acido Top. From there, we have Arla Dan Campa, which is probably what you think of when you hear Dirtybird stuff. Okay, so very like pitchy bass that doesn't really have a key. A really cool one called Babyface. From there we have High E. Now this one's going to be a very basic bass for like sub stuff, so. Alright, so very good subby bass already been processed for you, and what that means is the fact it's EQ'd and it's compressed. So again, just kind of taking the guessing work out of it for you guys there on that. Here we have more of a G housey one, so it's going to be like. We call one Breath Johnson, but I think it's from Brett Johnson. He's an artist that I saw on the Dirtybird Spotify. Okay, so I'm sure some of you guys will be able to give it the Dirtybird homage. I'm not that good when it comes to the bass lines unless it's like the knocks. We have Brett's off, Butler's back. So again, a lot of these are more sustained. Okay, Chris goes hard. From there, Confined. This is going to be a chord T1. Okay, Confined has a +7, I believe, on top. Here we have another one called Gangsta Business. The next bass we have here is called Jolene. Again, excuse my shitty bass playing skills, but all right, guys, now from the bass lines, we're going to move on to the chord stabs in the pack. And again, there's going to be a couple here, and this is probably where we're going to hear the iconic Dirtybird sound. So again, a lot of these are going to be mod wheeled as well for you to use. Okay, that's Acidic Taste. Then we got Alaskan Blankie. All right, Basic Song. Beats of Life. Okay, from there we're gonna have Court Me Please. Really fun. Dark Magazine. Feedback. Okay, Fruity Micro Loop. Okay, Got to Libre. Okay, Grumpy Stomach. I really like that one. Happy Moment. Okay, Higher Up. Yo Mama. Jungle Fever. Okay, from there, Let's Get High. Now this one's pretty cool. It's a really good like Dirtybird song I heard. It's very basic, but you gotta hear the song. It's just Let's Get High, very catchy song. All right, guys, and I think the last one I'll show you guys, which is the Villalobos. Let's put like the bass back in. Villalobos, baby. Okay, and then very I don't know. I love this sound, the way that we programmed it here, like panning the left, the one bottom to the left, and the +3 to the right. It just sounds so clean, okay? So that's going to be some of the, again, some of the chord steps, most of them already, to be honest. And then from there, we have the effects section. I think there's going to be a total of 33 as we go from 101 to 134. And these are probably going to be for you guys to have fun and just shoot them off. So for instance, here's like fireworks. Long ago. So if you want to scare someone that the landlord's home. Back connector. Canadian police, they don't do anything. Cheap chorus feedback. Some people said this pack sounds a little techno-y because some of these sounds will sound like that. Okay, deep noisy. Okay, from there. Okay, down the I like that one a lot. And here's the last one I want to show you guys. A wide per kit, and then from there, those are going to be some of the effects. You guys are going to be able to utilize in the pack. Again, there's going to be a ton. Now, from the effects section, we're going to move on to the knock section. And this is probably what you're going to kind of think of when you think Dirtybird sounds, because these are going to be the nice knocks that you find, the bass lines that you find in this. So we're going to kind of get rid of this and check some of them out. So for instance, here we're going to have Seventh Heaven. This is probably going to be the more unique, extreme one out of the bunch, but it's going to sound like this. Probably a little future housey. Now, when it comes to leads, this is probably the hardest part of a tech house pack, but the cool thing is with the Dirtybird style, we can do a lot of really cool stuff. So here's some of the leads that are inside of the pack. All right, guys, and those are going to be some of the presets that you can find inside of the pack. Again, there's going to be a total of 245. And finally, the last part of the pack is going to be 3 construction kits that, as you can tell, have been like really arranged out for you guys to utilize. So again, with construction kits, the cool thing about them is, for instance, if you want to start a song and don't got like a bass idea, then you can use the bass from the construction kit if you enjoy that. The drums, the effects, anything you hear in there, you're going to be able to kind of get out, and you're going to have the stems for that found here. Okay. So with that being said, let's hear like a preview of the 3 of them. So first one is called Breathing, which is going to sound like this.
Breathe in. Let loose.
Here, the next one's called Flexing. And finally, the last one's going to be called Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed checking out the pack. And again, if you want to support the channel, this is the best way to do it, guys. In all honesty, thank you guys so much for your support over the years. Honestly, it's a blessing for me to have you guys allow me to do this for a living, and I really enjoy doing it, even though sometimes it can get a little tough. But hopefully you enjoy the sounds. Hopefully it brings you joy. And with that being said, if you want to support Dirty Chicken Volume 3, the link is down below. Much love to you guys. You guys take care, and Sen's going to take a good long weekend off before starting work on the next pack. Peace out, much love, and you guys have a good rest of your day.